All right, let's talk about Alabama Crimson Tide football and new coach Kalen DeBoer and everything he's doing. Look, spring ball, we're starting to get through that time again. Pads are on. We're seeing what the current crop of Alabama players are looking like as they look ready to build off, of course, the incredible Nick Saban legacy and make a run to another national title. But like all great programs, like Alabama has always done, they're always focused on the long term as well. And they've pulled off a massive move on that front. Let's get into this report, then we will talk about it more on the other side. This is from AL.com. Alabama football landed a big in-state commitment. Derek Smith, a wideout defensive back from Southside and Selma, announced his plans to play for the Crimson Tide. Smith is a four-star prospect according to 24/7 Sports composite rankings. The service tabs him as the number 6 wide receiver nationally, the number 51 overall player in the class of 2025, and the number 5 prospect in the state of Alabama. A lot of great accolades there. The commitment is a recruiting win for new Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer, who landed Smith over a plethora of other suitors. The wideout also had offers from Auburn, Georgia, and Texas, among others. All right, so the coach from the Pac-12 comes in and beats out all these SEC guys, including SEC newcomer Texas and Steve Sarkisian. I think it's a great sign for Alabama going forward. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this move. But first, Crimson Tide fans in the comment section below, now that we've gone through a couple weeks, a couple months, I feel like with Kalen DeBoer and what he's done for the Crimson Tide, up to this point, I know no games have been played yet, but up to this point, what grade would you give Kalen DeBoer? Do you think A plus? He's been killing it. Do you think C? You're waiting. You're trying to be patient. B, you think it's been okay, but there's some stuff he should have done better. Give us your grade of Kalen DeBoer up to this point in the comment section below. But Miles, what do you think of this move and what it could mean for Alabama in the future?
Well, Nick, Kellen DeBoer seems like he can recruit the state of Alabama, especially. Done an okay job so far. I think bringing in great players. I think this is a big one because Alabama, new head coach, you're almost resetting as far as expectations from young players. You come in, people are unsure, so you have to get back to the basics. And what's one thing that we say all the time on this channel? You gotta win your home state. And this pickup of a guy like Derek Smith from Selma, Alabama, perfect example of winning your home state, getting some top tier recruits from your home state. They got 4 guys out of the state of Alabama in this 2025 class already. Derek Smith being the top guy there. I really think this is big time for Coach DeBoer, getting back to basics, proving, I can take the state of Alabama, then I can branch out, go national, go regional, go national, get all the guys we can get. But this latest move by Coach DeBoer to pick up Derek Smith, get a commitment from him, I think is big, showing that he isn't getting too big for his britches. He's not just jumping and trying to go after a guy from the state of California right off the bat. Sticking in the state and showing that, all right, working through the progressions, making sure that he's making all the right moves. Coach DeBoer seems like he's got some sound principles in his recruiting practices, but the player that he got in Derek Smith, also a heck of a player. As we said, most likely going to be a wide receiver, but he also played a lot of safety in high school as well. He was really great. He even played quarterback and linebacker at times as well. He's truly an athlete, multi-positional player. He was really great Time Journal Player of the Year. I think this is a guy that comes into this Alabama team and can really do a lot of different things. You can see if he's going to be, a fit out receiver, potentially get him in snaps in that safety position as well. Most likely going to be a receiver, but I think this is a great guy to bring into the program and a great early win in the state of Alabama for Coach DeBoer.
Yeah, I think that's the real takeaway. What we're seeing from Kalen DeBoer up to this point, I think. Look, myself included, a lot of people were like, recruiting in Alabama, recruiting in the SEC in the early going is going to be hard, right? You're going to lose a lot of guys in the transfer portal, right? Obviously, we knew that was going to happen with Nick Saban retiring, coming from the West Coast. There was going to be some challenges like that. That's what I figured. And I think that's a lot of people, other people thought too, that it was just going to be hard for DeBoer to recruit at the same level as other programs that have just been there in the SEC for longer than he has, which has been 5 seconds. Even Sarkisian in Texas, right? He obviously has a lot of connections to the SEC, and Texas is moving to the SEC. So you can make an argument that even UT, they have a deeper connection in the state of Alabama and in the SEC than DeBoer does. But DeBoer's come down and done a phenomenal job. And I specifically love what he's done in terms of beating out schools like Auburn and Georgia. We already know about what the Ryan Williams sweepstakes, winning that, the great wide receiver recruit as well. Huge win for DeBoer very early on. He flipped Antonio Coleman, 4-star defensive line from Auburn, right? So he's beating out Auburn, he's beating out Georgia, he's beating out Texas. He's competing with these guys. He's done a great job in the transfer portal, getting some quality guys in as well. I think what DeBoer has done in Tuscaloosa really is worthy of a lot of credit and a lot of praise, because I think he proved a lot of people wrong, myself included. I thought he would be a good guy in the long term, a little more modern strategy, figuring out. I love what he did in Washington. I did not expect for him to come in so early in all of 5 seconds, do an elite job recruiting, elite job in the transfer portal. And now it gets a lot easier because we know his offense works, right? We know his strategy works because it worked in Washington. It will work in Alabama in terms of the X's and O's. But right now, he's got all the Joes lined up as well. And that's a great sign for the Crimson Tide going forward.